Let me now introduce the second half of your foundation, your tools of defense, which are your strike, and a wrap, and a hook, and of course the clearing jab. The strike is your first tool of defense, which is your long-range technique. Lift up the cane and you can strike either on the right, center, or left sides. You can strike out far. As a long-range distance technique, your target is the head, shoulder areas, neck, and chest. Swing out hard, set up with a good foundation so your strikes get out as far as they can. Other points to consider are, find your focal point, make sure that your shoulders, your elbows are in, and your triangle is tight. The second tool of your defense is your short, medium range strike called the wrap. It is where your shoulders are in. You are striking at a closer distance, usually short, medium range, where you come in and you press down, push down on both sides or down the middle. Bring it up with your shoulders tight, with your elbows in. As you can see, the crook here is protecting your hand. You get in there and you push and you wrap out onto the target that way. It is very simple to execute. The focal points are very, very close. Again, keep your elbows in, your triangle tight, so you can execute very strong and established technique. The third tool in your tools of defense is the hook. It is an extremely close range, close quarter weapon. This tool is used to execute short upward strikes like this, scoring the chest and the chin area. The same way you'd see a pugilist striking someone with an uppercut. Look at the hand and the crook here. You can see that the hand will be protected. If you do come up with a hook and you get caught on clothing or a chain or any other material, just come back down hard and then come back up again. Other techniques like this will be reviewed and gone over in more detail over in the last section called the next line of defense. The fourth tool in your tools of defense is a short, medium, and long-range weapon. It is called your jab. The jab is probably the most important tool that we have in your arsenal, and the reason why is it can easily push, prod, and clear any target. When you clear a target, you push the target away after you've struck it. So you get in there and you strike and you smite him, and then you clear him from the distance. That's what I want you to see about the jab. It is very good, close quarter, and allows you to get in there, hit the target, and get out, leaving distance between you and your target. After you set up and chambered, and a strike, chamber, thrust, chamber, wrap, and hook. Setting up from chambering with another strike, and strike, chamber, jab, chamber, wrap, chamber, hook, which sets it up again for another strike. It is great if you have good technique, but if you don't put any power or speed behind it, any of your techniques could be nullified by the attacker. Bring it in tight, make sure your chamber is strong, and then throw them out harder, and like a strike, and a jab, and a hook, wrap. You can see what kind of energy you can put into that. So when you bring your wrap up for the target, you're not just going, hey, I'm going to hit him in the head. You're in there and you're pushing forward, pushing into him and going, ah! Same thing with the strike. You're not reaching out there and trying to play ping pong. You're up here with your forearms together and you want to strike the target hard, and ah! When you're coming in for a hook, your elbows are really together in front of your stomach and chest, and you're lifting it up going hard. Yeah! And of course, the jab. Ha! The stronger and more consistent your techniques are, the easier it will be to best any attacker. In a relaxed state, you breathe normally, although when you become involved in a physical altercation, you must breathe differently not to fatigue. That is why I stress, when you strike the target, strike with a large voice to adjust for the extra oxygen being consumed and to make sure everyone around knows that you are in an altercation and you need assistance. Next, let's combine everything we've learned up to this point. Let's put together all the nuts, bolts, and tools, creating a guideline to follow from. Relax, regrip, ready, guard, chamber, strike, chamber down, jab, chamber, wrap, chamber in, hook, guard, ready, relax. After we become proficient with the right side, let's go on to the left. Relax, regrip, ready, guard, chamber, strike, chamber down, jab, chamber, wrap, chamber, hook, guard, ready, relaxed. Keep practicing your guideline over and over until your muscle memory is set in and before you go on to your first line of defense.